Hello guys, how are you? Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. I hope each and every one of you will be in good health and shape. So, first of all, I would like to extend my heartiest gratitude to all of you for listening, for watching my video. And I request you to follow me on Facebook. And if you happen to watch my video on YouTube, then don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so as soon as the video is released on my channel, you get the notification to watch it. So let's start the video, and in this video I will be telling you the updates, the latest update of what all happened in the US Israeli war on Iran. So within last 48 hours, Iran launched its attacks on US bases and assets in Jordan. The Jordanian forces say that no injury or major damage has been sustained, and they received 5 Iranian ballistic missiles, and all of them were destroyed and thwarted, intercepted. So this is the attack that came after there was almost a week-long pause and lull from the US side in its strike on Iran. US had not struck Iran for almost a week, and then Iran struck Jordan. So that is why it is being said that it was a preemptive strike. But there was also the report that there was an attack happened in Iraq that was done by joint US and Saudi air forces. So in that attack, so many IRGC members as well as so many people linked to a militia group that is backed and supported by Iran got killed. So if Iran's attack came or followed this attack, this Saudi US attack on Iraq, on Iraqi militia, then this wouldn't be this, it wouldn't be right to say that it was a preemptive strike. Rather, it would be a retaliatory strikes. But if Iran attacked and then US and Saudi attack happened on Iraqi militia linked to Iran, then it can be said that Iran launched its first preemptive strike on Jordan. Maybe Iran sensed that there was some sort of military build-up for greater, bigger escalation in the war. So preemptive strike was launched by Iran to destroy the asset, to destroy and to spoil the military buildup. So this was the first thing, and then this attack on Iraqi militia by Saudi Arabia, in which Saudi Arabia also admitted that yes, it had participated with US to attack Iraqi militia linked to Iran. So this is the first incident where a Gulf country, GCC country, has entered into this war openly and is admitting that it participated. And previously there was some Gulf countries, reports of some Gulf countries getting involved in secretly attacking Iran. For example, there was a report that UAE, within the 40-day war, so there was a report that UAE secretly launched some attacks, and then recently the reports came that Kuwait and Bahrain also have launched their own airstrikes on Iran. So but they were secret, they did not come out openly and admitted it. But now Saudi Arabia has come out openly, which signals that possibility has grown that Gulf countries are likely to involve in this war, which is not going to be good, which is not going to be beneficial for anyone in the region, because the more the war escalates, the escalation will come from all sides, from both sides. The Houthis, after Saudi Arabia attacked the Sana'a airport, the Houthis got involved and threatened to blockade the Bab al-Mandab, and they did that, and afterward the Saudi economy has started suffering massively. The 5% GDP plunge has been seen in Saudi economy. So the Saudi oil is effectively not being exported from Bab al-Mandab, and the Houthis have said that until the blockade the Saudi blockade of Yemen, many ships is not removed. They are not going to remove their blockade, and they will not allow any Saudi linked ship to export to pass via this Bab al-Mandab. So Bab al-Mandab is also a strait, a waterway, exactly like a Strait of Hormuz. And before the war, there was no problem, there was no restriction for any ships to pass this. All ships used to pass without any toll, without any fee, and everything was going on smoothly. But since Trump launched this war on Iran, everything just is getting spoiled, everything is getting destroyed, everything has stopped. The economies, Gulf economies, are suffering massively. All GCC countries economy has gone down. So that is why the opening of new fronts and the involvement of GCC countries is so frightening, so dangerous. It is not going to, no one is going to benefit from it. Iran is not ready to capitulate, and no matter what US does, all sort of ways, analysts say that all methods or to force, to compel Iran to capitulate or to open the Strait of Hormuz has met with failure. Nothing is working. The blockade is not working, the bombardment, it hasn't worked, and as well as the freezing of the asset has failed, because it is very easy to target the ships. The only Iran just needs a dozen of drones to interrupt this waterway. So that's why it is very difficult for America to escort the ships, as well as to assure the ship companies to go and pass the Strait of Hormuz, because no one can assure, because so many times it has happened that America assured the ship and they tried to pass, the threat came, then they received the threat warning by Iran. So a lot of times they had to turn back, or either they had to suffer the fire, they had to suffer missile attack. So this is not beneficial. The ships are extremely vulnerable. And few drones here and there, and no matter what US does, how many bombs it drops on Iran, it is almost impossible to thwart or to destroy all of Iran's missile and drone storage facilities, because it's very cheap to manufacture, to build these drones, and only these drones are enough to interrupt this tiny waterway. So that's why it's very difficult. So let's see what happens now in this war. Now Houthis have also entered in this war, and there is a war going on between Houthis and Saudi Arabia, and then now Iran has started increasingly targeting the Jordan. Now it came to my knowledge that the Jordanian people have started demanding that US should leave their country, because they are being attacked, not because Jordan has done anything wrong, it is just because of US. So this is what happens within the last 48 hours, and inshallah the further update will be shared with you when as soon as the developments come. For now, bye bye, assalamu alaikum.